Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, B Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab, in the book. I got my teacher's hat on, I got my jacket on, a little nippy, but I got the book in front of me. We about to get into some semi-tawi of Tantrism. Now, Tantra is the male and female aspect of meditation, and it has its own yoga concept, and it's portrayed to be what the oldest system. So it'll be fun. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Add to my yacht. Be true. Again, we dealing with semi-tawi of Tantrism. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Right thinkers, let's talk about semi-tawi of Tantrism. This is good stuff here. Let's go. Now, tantric influence, however, is not limited to the Indian alone in India. There is evidence that the precepts of Tantra traveled to various parts of the world, especially Nepal, Tibet, China, Japan, and parts of South Asia, Southeast Asia. It also influence has all its influence has also been evident in the Mediterranean cultures such as those of Egypt and Crete. Ajit Mukherjee, an Indian scholar and author, from the book of Tantric Ways. Now, Tantra is pretty much male and female coming together and using yoga forms and having sex in different yoga positions. I'm not with that. Kama Sutra, they doing it this way, they doing it that way. He flying from his chandelier and all that, jumping off the dresser. Okay, right here, the original concept. This is Gab, he represents Earth. This is Newt, she represents heaven. They was in a love embrace when Shu separated them by air, and nothing between them now but air. And from that point on, this thing right here, his penis, is the monument that you see all over the place. That's what the opposite represents. Gab's penis. They tell you it's a sod, but it's really Gab's. Why? He represents Earth. He's the original. All right? He's the father, though. His go first. His is bigger than mine. Why? He was first. And the pyramid builders, my man wouldn't build his pyramid bigger than his dad's. Why? Respect. When I told my son, when he graduated, walked across the stage, got a diploma, college, Fordham University. I'm proud as all get out. The first idea shook his head, said, "You're a better man than me." He said, "Never that, Dad." That right there let me know that we understand the hierarchy. I ain't never tried to outshine my dad. Why? This is my dad. I ain't in competition. So yeah, so I'm giving my props. He gave me that, so I always remember that. All right, that lets you know that he know his place. I would never step to my dad. Ain't happening. So yeah, it's called respect. All right, but the Tantra Yoga, again, is purported to be said the oldest system of yogas. Male and female, man and woman. Okay. Tantra yoga is a system of yoga which seeks to promote what? The reunion between the individual and the absolute reality through the worship of nature and ultimately the cosmos as an expression of the absolute. We know that this is all God. We in His domain. This is God's world. Just we in His world. That's it. Simple as that. All right. But since nature, cosmos, okay. Now, since nature is an expression of God, again, that's what we know God to be through nature. But it gives clues as to the underlying reality that sustains it and the way to achieve wisdom, in essence, transcendence of oneself. The most obvious and important teaching that nature holds is what? The idea that creation is made up of pairs. You see me doing this, Maya. When he came out of the noon, the first thing he wanted was order. And order is set up by two pairs of opposites. Left, right, up, down, me, you, him, her. Opposites to make a whole. Understand that? And when you got the male and female, when a man loves a woman loves a man, they come together to try to become one. He's trying to get inside her, she want all that. But that's two physical bodies coming to union, trying to become one. You can't do that physically. It only can happen spiritually. That's the difference. But the Tantra Yoga shows you the physical example of how two people come together, the male and female, okay? Because it's going to be constant male and female. All right, get ready. So, but the most obvious teaching that creation makes up of pairs. That's Maya. Example: up, down, here, there, you, me, us, them, hot, cold, male, female, yin, yang, etc. Get the concept. All right. So now the interaction of these two completely opposites will call life, we call life and movement. Watch this. Insight, aka wisdom, into what the true nature of reality gives us a clue as to the way to realize what? The oneness of creation within one's self. You have to come to understand and realize and be conscious that you and God are one. God is in you, not up high, sitting low, and all the other places. No, God is in you. Moving on. The heart, preferably. By reuniting the male and the female principles, meaning a male principle, a female principle, in our own bodies. We got two hemispheres, the brain. One side's masculine, one side's feminine. Okay, that's how the body is set up. And watch this, in our bodies and even our mind, that's the brain, the hemisphere. We may reach the oneness that underlies our apparent manifestation as a man or a woman in the physical form. Thus, the term Tantra means what? To create a bridge between the opposites, and in so doing, the opposites dissolve, leaving what? Unitary and transcendent true consciousness. Y'all becoming one. The union of the male and the female principles may be affected by two individuals, again, who worship God through what? God's manifestation in each other, or by an individual who seeks what? The union with God. How? Through uniting with his or her male or female spiritual partner in the flesh. You're going to have sexual intercourse. And when it's done right, the intimacy. Animals just jump up, boop, 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 bang, bang. And when a man and woman get together, the intimacy is what? The game, the chase, the foreplay, to get, to take you to the actual point. And when it's done right, it's a beautiful dance, and y'all both reach that orgasm together. Ain't nothing better than the two people having that moment right there. Now you're in love. I love you. Yeah, y'all reached that climax together. Y'all reached ecstasy together. She helped you reach it. You helped her reach it. Y'all got it together. So now y'all bow. No, that's a sexual pleasure that y'all took to the level at getting there. And the user reaction is, oh, I love, yeah. Pleasures of the flesh, pleasures of the physical flesh, and then the other part that go with it, the mindset, the spiritual part, the ecstasy, the orgasm. They're all in. If you can give a woman an orgasm, fellas, you pretty much home free. And women, men is easy. They're hard. So getting the woman there, that takes a little work. And foreplay, intimacy, and all that stuff. That's all a part of it. And then just getting down here and out. But when you got the ones who do that for a living, prostitutes, I got a lesson for you. I call it that Instagram is the new host role. But when a woman don't expect nothing but to give you what you want, see, she know she just gonna please you. She ain't trying to please herself. She ain't trying to be happy. She's just gonna lay there and let you jump up and down and have your way with it. Okay, been there, done that. That's a phase. That's physical. But when Tantra yoga is done, it's more intimate. It's more sensual. It's more spiritual along with the physical. That's all. Two people trying to become one. Intercourse. Y'all trying to enter each other and make that course reaching a climax together. And that happens and that's fun. But that ain't the end all be all. That's my issue with that. It's okay. Put that in perspective. We got church pretty much every block. We ain't got a house of every pew on every block, but we could. Same thing, pretty much. It's a choice. You got to go here, you go there. Move it on. All men and women have both male and female principles within themselves. And again, my concept of the gay, if a man believes he's a woman, he's going to act like a woman. But that's psychological. He needs therapy, psychological help, not to mock, to be scorned. No, he needs help. When a woman believes she's a man, same thing. It's psychological, but y'all don't want to spend money, time, and effort to help them psychologically get back to their normal. Y'all rather just give them transsexual operations and turn a man to women, all that nonsense. It's all mental. It's an illness. If a man think he's a woman, that's a psychological problem. Simple. Vice versa. So what's with this? Well, it's a lifestyle. No, it's not. Sorry. I get the way I said about that. All right, here we go. Now, but in the Egyptian philosophical system, all the natural or God principles emanate from the one God who these principles are created from. They are depicted as having a male and female principle. Hot, male, cold, female. All objects correspond as opposites. Those are all laws. All objects and life forms appear in creation as either what? Male or female. Simple. The spirit don't need to be male or female. Why? It don't reproduce, so it don't need a sexual orientation for the physical body. That's what it's for. But the underlying this apparent duality, there is a unity which is rooted in the pure consciousness of oneness within all conscious human beings. The consciousness of God, okay, which underlies and supports all things to realize what? This oneness consciously, I told you I'm God conscious. I'm not going to not think about God. I'm going to be God conscious. That's all it means. I got God on my mind all the time, and my mind is on God all the time. Y'all call it being prayed up. Okay, you call it what you want. But when you're doing it, you can name it whatever you want it. Okay, I get it. But then to realize what? The oneness consciously is the deep inside is the supreme goal for right thinking philosophy and any yoga concept is to get you to become one with God. I keep showing this picture here. We're going to talk about it in 1 minute. Okay? There's a few pictures here I'm going to break down for you. This is the bureau, or this is the bed that Assad is laying on, right? He's dead, okay? Mummified. They praying over him. There's a girl there, another lady there. These are all people. See, underneath here, these are all breakdowns for you later on. But right now, you see that? He's laying out, okay? Right here. This is considered the Immaculate Conception, right there. It means that the false penis that she gave him, because he lost it. They couldn't pray. This is false. She turns into the bird, flaps her wings, brings it back to life, erects it, and get impregnated. Okay, from the spirit of Asar to the wisdom, intuitive knowledge of Aset. Cain's what? Comes Haru. That's the spirit that flows between in me and you. That's what they break it down, try to explain it to you. I just did that, so let's go. But in the Tantrism, sexual symbolism was in the forefront, and it was used frequently. Why? Because these are the most powerful images denoting what? The opposites of creation. What better way? And the urge to what? Unify again and become what? Whole. Male and female. At one time they say that Greece got a story where male and female, we had 2 heads, 4 arms, and 4 legs, 2 hearts, everything was split, right? 4 brains, 2 hemispheres each, and 2 separate heads. The punishment was that you split us up and we'll forget our other half. So we'll wander the world or we go through life, what? Looking for our soulmate, as they call it, our flame, whatever, our other half. That's the concept. That's a Greek philosophical concept. All right. But it was, again, tell a story, make a lesson, show you a lesson. But for sexuality is the urge for unity and also self-discovery. When Amun, the hidden one, when Atum was by himself, he wanted pleasures. He masturbated in his mouth, used the female aspect of his power to get impregnated, and that's how he spit out chew and he coughed up tough newt. That's another story, okay. But that's one when it's sexually involved. I tell people, self-pleasures, masturbation is normal, fellas, but hey, what's normal for one guy may be over for them. But everybody got their own right. God started creation through masturbation. That's my point. So don't be beat. Well, I'm going to say, hide your Bible and do your thing, okay? When you're in the privacy of you do what you want to do. That's what privacy means. Now, if you doing some, whatever it is you're doing, that's between you and yourself. That's between you and God. Ain't nobody got about this business. And if you keep your bedroom business out of other people's business, they won't be in your bedroom. I'm not going to invite you into my bedroom. You'll never know what I do behind closed doors. It's none of your business. That's why I close the door. Like they ask somebody, what you do in the bathroom, number 1 or number 2? What the hell is that? So yeah, it's personal. That's what I'm saying with me. My sexuality is personal. All right, I treat it as such. Some people, it's an open book. To each his own. Okay, you do what works for you. All right, but the urge for unity also goes to self-discovery, albeit limited to the physical sexual intercourse by most people. If this force is understood and harnessed and supplemented, what happened? It will lead to unity of what? The higher order. That is unity with who? The divine. You ever heard of sexual semen retention, fellas? Nope, they don't teach that. They don't implement that. I practiced semen retention for a year. No sex, celibacy, no masturbation. Whoa, wait, yeah. What tree, I asked the question to all men, what tree bears fruit 12 times a year? Us, man. You get a fresh new cerebral spinal fluid in your body if you don't squander. Last month you get a fresh batch, and that adds years to your life. That's why monks and the high priests, they live a little longer. Why? They keep their sexual energy supplemented, and they get closer to God. And after I did my little monk sermon, whatever it was, we called it, I was called the holy man. All of a sudden, yeah. Why? I can control my sexual urges. I can control the physical aspects of my body. I can control my emotion. That takes time, practice. Everybody ain't gonna do that. So I understand that too. But I did, so I reached that level also. I can teach that. A lot of people ain't trying to deal with that though. No. Moving on. Try 1 month. Okay, no, you gotta do it every day. No. Try a month. Okay. It's called purification period for the men. Women have menstrual cycles. Men have purification period when you get regenerated every month. And if you don't waste it and use it, it doubles up. Moving on. I just showed you the picture. Above, the Commission god Geb was on the bottom, and the Commission goddess Nut was on top. Separated after their sexual union, and God Ra was pissed off. I can't do nothing if earth and heaven is like this. So you see Shu pushing her up, standing on Gad, and the rule is they broke God's law about having sex. And the punishment from now on, Gad will be earth and forever look up. Newt would be heaven, she would ever look down, but they'll never come together again. Ain't nothing between them now but air. That's Shu. That's the punishment, depending on how you want to tell the story. See, a few ways that you can maneuver the story if you're a storyteller to make the story suit whatever you're trying to teach at that point in time. Every now and then I just slide in what I know about it. And this is one of them. When Gab and Newt got separated by Shu, that's the picture that you see him pushing them up in the boat going across the back. I show you that letter, that picture, to show you the boat is not on water. This is Newt. She represents heaven. This is Geb. He represents earth. This is Shu. He represents air. He's pushing her up and keeping him down. Okay? That's the concept. Now, I just used it to tell a story about how separated from earth and show you about the monument it represents. That's Geb's penis that you see. Yeah, there was in full tilt when Shu separated him. You ever been caught midstream? We've all been in the sexual position or been in the sexual action and got caught in the act. Did you stop? Gab didn't. He was so natural reaction. That's why I laugh at it. All right, I just showed you a picture where the sexual Gab Newt separated after your sexual union that gave birth. Now, Gab is the father of all the kids. Newt is the mother of all the kids. Depending on who told the story. Now they have some hanky-panky stuff going on, but I ain't getting involved. That this is I do the GP, the general principle, when the child-proof one. All right, but they have some stuff going on. A few people say Gab ain't father with this one, he the father, so I don't get involved. But those are all good stories. All right, but it's showing you the sexual between creation, and below, underneath that, I'm showing you what Hassan laying on the bed, and everybody standing around him. Okay, he done been mummified, and he ready to go transform. All right, it says here, 3 depictions of the god Asar in the tantric union with who I said. See on the first one, she turns into the bird, but ain't nothing there. All right, so she's there, but ain't nothing there. Down here, there you go. Now we got something going. And the whole concept of Immaculate Conception is that symbolically they created life. Physically, it don't go that way. You have to have sperm in the ovary to create life. That's not possible in the physical form. Mythological, you can make it any way you want. Remember, it's a myth. But what the Romans did, try to make it literal to make their religion strong. Like, this is real. No, it ain't. It's a myth. Like everything else. Allegorical story. To teach. Lesson. Understand that. So, and above, I just showed you the concept of what we call the virgin birth of Haru. That's the original concept of the spirit that's today in me and you. It's called the resurrection of Asar. He didn't come back to life. He stayed in the afterlife. He's there in the afterlife forever. He ain't come back to life. His spirit carnates and we come back into the flesh. That's us. Asar, which is the higher Haru consciousness. That's the spirit. That's us. Aset, in the winged form, hovers over the reconstructed penis of the dead Asar. Hello, they're telling you. It's not literal, it's mythological and symbolical. For that reason, to learn, understand, and grasp the concept. That's it. Asar uses his right hand. If you're left-handed, you might want to use that one. But personally, I'm right-handed, so I get it. Well, I never had to worry about not having the right hand available, so I never got nothing hurt, so I'll leave that alone right there. I ain't going no further. All right, because if you can't use the right hand, you got to use the other one. So some people are ambidextrous. I'm a right-handed man. Okay, and here's the third one right here. Okay, and they keep showing you pictures. Okay, this is the original drawing because it's all conceptual. It's all symbolical. They give you the pictures. Oh, this is a good one here. Now this is the Indian concept of Gab and Newt. This is Shakti, and that's Krishna, whatever his name, Krishna. All right, but that's the concept of creating life from an aspect of a higher level. And I just showed you the drawing. I just showed you. It was found in ancient Egypt in the building of the concept of Haru, the original spirit from pre-dynastic, the first time back in 10,000 BCE. The spirit was named Haru, the great he-she. So the spirit was known as male and female. That's what they telling you. Let me wrap it up right here. I got some more, but I see the clock. All right, I just showed you a picture of the building. They found a picture of the concept. A set representing the physical body, creation, and the dead body of Asar represents the spirit, which is what? God. That essence which vivifies matter, that gives life, are shown in that symbolic immaculate conception union. And compared to, I showed you the Kali, okay? The Kali position. And in the Eastern philosophy, the woman is always on top because she got the movement, she got the curve, she do. So the woman's always on top. So man, I like the doggy style position. Okay, but that ain't natural. Moving on. It's a dog in you. Bow wow wow. Yippee yo yippee yay, as George tell you. All right, here we go. But you compare it to the Kali position in the following page. I got another one over here. We got a bunch of them. See? Women on top. Okay? That's the Indian concept. The Hindu concept. That's the Buddha, excuse me. That's the Buddha. That's the Buddhist with his concept. Everybody had a female. Only one who didn't was God, the original. Why? When they made that, it was just him. Male and female, he weighed me. All right, where we at? The compare with, okay, the following page, beginning Haru, is symbolized. Remember, this is all symbolic. Symbolizing what? The immaculate conception which takes place when? At the birth of your spiritual life, when you become awakened in every human being, the birth of the soul, the Ba, in a human is the birth of Haru. I'm gonna stop right there. I got some more, but yeah, I got a few pages of information, so I got some more information, no time. But that right there, and remember, they showed you, this is from the stela in the British Museum from 1372, meaning back to the 13th dynasty. And this is what they did in India. I'm gonna read that little part for you, get you to the next page. I ain't closing out. Get this out the way. Above, I just showed you a picture of the god Shiva and his consort Shakti. The Kali position, Kali is the female version of death, the destroyer. She's going to make love to you and she's going to kill you. Okay? You might not want that one. In Harlem Night, he said, I got a girl. He said, you got a girl? He said, I got a girl whose stuff is so good. If you threw it up in the air, it'd be like sunshine. I said, oh, I don't want that kind. I know what he means. Some of them you don't want. Cali is that one. You don't want that one. She got reputation. All right. But the Kali position above, it features Shiva as Geb and Shakti as Nu. And the Kundalini Parakti in the divine, that's called the divine union in the Indian philosophical concept. And this is their philosophy. As with Asar and Aset of Egypt, Shiva is the passive male aspect who generates life, the essence, spirit, and the creative impetus is Shakti, is what? The energy creation. That's the active aspect of God. This creation, akin to the idea of God making love with what? Him or herself. Shiva and Shakti are the true essence of what? The human being composed of what? Spirit and matter. From the Indian perspective, we got the same concept. Same with Gab and Anu. But watch this. spirit and matter, fall of man. Asar is the first spirit matter made in the physical form. He represents the spirit in the human form, the body. In the active aspect, the female is in the active position while the male is in the what? The passive position, just laying there. She's doing the work. But that's in the Commission philosophy. The God Geb, on the bottom, the man, is earth, flat, stable. The earth and the goddess of Nu is the sky. It curves. That's the dome. That's the firmament over us. And just as the earth is sedentary and the sky is dynamic, it's constantly moving, seem to be always moving, yeah, from day to night. So to art is the divinities depicted in this way in the Southern African and even the Eastern Indian iconographs. I'm going to keep going. The Buddha in his consort, again, see it, woman on top. All right. I'm going to wrap it up with that one. Start with the next verse. Try it out. But okay. Above, you see the Tibetan Buddhist representation of their Dharmakaya, which is their philosophy. The cosmic father and mother expressing the idea of the supreme being as a union of what? Both male and female principles. That's what Maya represents. Principles that go what? Male and female. Hello? And notice that the female divinity, taking it home right here, are always on the top, fellas. This is classic in the Eastern and the Commission mysticism philosophy when it comes to sex. It is the recognition, what? That the spirit male aspect is the earth settlement, the bottom, while the matter in the female aspect is the perpetuation, the movement, got the curves, and the two complement and complete each other like yin and yang, light and dark, good and bad, right and wrong. Okay, why my thing is so dark? What the hell going on here? I'm blacking out in there. I'm wrapping up because I can't even hardly see. I hope I gotta check it out when I get off. But right thing is in closing, I got some more for you right back. But in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thinkers, who learned about the semi-tawhid of Tantrism have passed away. I'm not done yet. We got some more. I'll be right back. What the hell?